Hello, it's Prentis here. I'm doing a video. Might be a longer video today, but I'll try to keep it as short as possible. It's audio visual day here at Claremont Studios. So you can see behind me, I've got the beginnings of a green screen, and so I hope to be able to do it. I was hoping I could do it tonight, but it's still a lot of work, and I gotta figure it out. Just want to go to bed, so I'm not doing tonight, but hopefully it'll come. When I do videos again. So, okay, yeah, so what I'm doing in this video is I'm going to be explaining what I've been doing for the past, um, you know, better part of a month, with, all my, thinking and met and talked about the rosary, and it's been really confusing. And so I made a few Excel spreadsheets. They're not it's not daunting or anything. It's pretty easy and simple, but it took me a long time because I haven't used Excel in years, and but I got part of it, and it's kind of yeah. So anyway, here's this. I'm sure there's a better way to share this on and someday I'll figure out how to do this, but here it is. So okay, so there. I'll try to keep steady. So, so my camera is not the best either. Oh there. No, I'm just gonna do one at a time. So. So it should be relatively quick. I'm not gonna go through everything. So anyway, here is the can you see that? So okay, these four colors on here, they each represent one of the there. Going over, fuck, sorry, over there. Oh, this sucks. Here. There. Okay, there we go. Okay. So, okay, now these four colors represent the four types of rosaries. So there, each color is a different type of rosary. So yellow is the joyful mysteries, and purple is the luminous mysteries, and gray is the sorrowful mysteries, and orange or kind of gold is the glorious mysteries, and they all fall in sequence, kind of in Jesus' life. So birth or conception to when he was 12, or joyful, when he was 30. Yeah, there's a lot we don't know about Jesus, like the hidden years. We don't know anything really about what he did for 20 years of his life. But so when he was 30, his ministry began, and so the Illuminists go from the Last Supper. Oh no, sorry. They go from the start of his ministry at 30 to the Last Supper, which was right before his passion. And so the gray mysteries are the passion, and the gold mysteries are, the resurrection and afterwards. So this is the rosary in holiness. So this you can picture each one of like these rosaries hanging down. So each of these boxes represents a decade of the rosary. A decade is 10 Hail Marys, and one Our Father and 10 Hail Marys. And during each mystery, you're supposed to meditate on what's going on in the mystery. And they're all kind of like action sequences. So, like the joyful or the Annunciation, when the angel Gabriel comes down and speaks to Mary and delivers the news, and Mary says, be it done to me according to God's will. So, that's the mystery, and there are like 20 of these, right? Because there are 5 mysteries for each rosary, and there are 4 rosaries. And so there are 20 things, and each rosary, each mystery has a fruit assigned to it. That's what we are supposed to be getting out of this. We say a prayer when we're down the rosary, and it talks about by meditating on these mysteries, may we obtain what they may we imitate what they contain, and may we obtain what they promise. And so I was thinking, okay, well, there are 2 fruits. This kind of explains to me a lot about why I always hear different spins on what the fruit is. So some people say it's this, some say that, and usually they're talking more or less about the same thing. So I thought, why not put them all down, and I've done that here. I've put the mysteries of the rosary in all caps, so you'll see them, and I bolted the one that is most common, that is more or less universal. That and the other mystery is the first part of it is what we imitate, and the second part is what we obtain. And so the obtaining part, so like this is probably a lot in my head, totally. But I just thought it was it would be a good thing to talk about. So there are two. For example, for the first mystery, the Annunciation, that's the angel Gabriel comes through. So the universal fruit that we all talk about is humility, and and I was thinking, okay, well, what do we obtain from that? And there's no like answer really, but I was thinking what came to me was that we obtain peace from that. And so that's what I put as the second thing. So some of these, yeah, so it's just partly my thoughts, but mostly it's, they're different types of fruits that are thought of, and I just thought, what do we imitate and what do we obtain? And sometimes they're kind of, it could almost like reverse them, so makes a lot of sense. So, okay, so that's, okay, so believe that's the easy part. So was thinking about these mysteries and the fruits and everything, and virtues and all that, and I thought of, they kind of relate to each other, especially in the first row. I was thinking, wow, like there's really a link here with the other one. And I found that, the rows are pretty much like that. Like the second row is, and third row is, and the fifth row is, and I'll talk about the fourth in a minute. So it was good. Okay, these all go together, which is really neat. And then I was thinking, well, maybe if there's a way to where they all kind of link together. So, yeah, so when they get to the end of the row, you kind of double back, and you start with the second mystery, and then you go and then you double back on the third mystery. You start okay, but so it all so well, and it's a really good story. I think, because it starts out of humility, which is the one thing that the world needs totally. Like, I will, yeah, I said before that if, when they bear me, they can put humility is key, or, like, it'll be something about humility. On my, because that is everything. So if there's one thing that I think, everyone should do is just try to be more humble, because it gives you peace, and and the world needs more peace. Yeah, so anyway, so okay, what's 1, 2, 3? Okay, now the problem is that number 4, they don't really go and they don't flow well in the story they're making. And the story was like, it starts at humility, and it goes and builds, and it goes up, and it ends eventually at salvation, which is the end goal that we're all kind of looking forward to. So wow, this story is so great. And if I could just fix this 4th row. So I thought, okay, well, Prentis, why don't you move them and just be creative a little bit? And so hopefully, I'm not being sacrilegious. I don't think I am. Yeah, so this thing is just like an experiment to see how the virtues kind of interrelate. So I'm not saying, and this new religion, or like that people, need to pray this rosary, like pray the normal rosary, but just when you think about how they interrelate, this is kind of a good tool to have. So here it is, and it's a bit messy. So again, what I'm doing is I'm just moving the 4 mysteries of the four mysteries, and moving them to places in the story where they make sense. Like all the fruits of the mysteries, they interrelate, but they interrelate at different points. So here's where we go. Yeah. Okay, so here it is. So it looks a bit uglier, but now, so there's no there's no there's no title, but the mysteries. So is it the only 4 things that I've moved are the 4th joyful, the 4th sorrowful, and they're in in the 1st row there. The 2nd row is all the same, so it's totally the same. And the 3rd row, I just moved the 4th sorrowful down to the yeah, so it's there. And in the fourth row, I've moved the fourth glorious up to the yeah, somewhere there, so you can see it. So I tried to put arrows which show you go where you're always going from left to right, like in each row. Just keep going left to right. Then when you get to the end of the row, you kind of double back and you go and you start on the second row. And you go left to right, and then you double back. And, you go like that. So that's what the messages are. So I'll just put it there. So I've yeah, in my videos I stopped at the third glorious mystery, which is the fruit of that mystery is the love of God. Good having ataxia is not especially good when they're trying to accomplish anything. It kind of sucks. I don't know what the hell. So whatever. So you can see them all there. And maybe I'll learn how to share this another way. I don't know. So anyway, that's pretty much it. And I've gone for half an hour. 22 minutes. That's pretty much everything. Oh, and here I did, now, hopefully you get, the thing about going one row left to right and then you double back. That's the only point of those lines. So I took those lines out. And I was hoping it would be a bit bigger. So maybe you can read and see that. So those are the miseries, and yeah. But anyway, that's all I have to say. So yeah. So I'm not going to be doing a video tomorrow. I'm going to be taking a week off or so. But I'll come back and finish the last row, and yeah. So I guess also. After humility, yeah, I'll just talk about that. And ends with the fruits of the Annunciation are humility is what we imitate, and peace is what we obtain. And the next mystery is the first luminous, and that is the submission, the baptism in the Jordan, and the start of his ministry, and it's for submission to God's will. And that's what we imitate. We say, you know, I'm not God, you're God. And you submit to his will, and you take his will as your own. That kind of gives you order in your life, because you realize that, you know, you're under God. God is above you, and so it kind of, you know, orders your life a bit. And so that's so important. And then third mystery is the one that drops, the fourth joyful, and that's obedience. And it's obedience and discipline. And the fourth is fear of the Lord. And again, that's not, you know, being really terrified of punishment or anything. It's more about, just properly recognizing, you know, who God is and giving him the respect he deserves. And the fruit of that thing is that we obtain wisdom from that fruit. And yes, and that's so, so humility, if you follow those, you'll get peace, you'll get order, you get discipline, and you get wisdom, which you know, totally help in the world. Okay, now it's going on to half an hour, so I'm gonna stop there. Not doing no more, so I'll come back in a week, and I'll talk to you later. And okay, so thanks, guys. Have a good week, and I'll see you later. Alright, thanks, bye.